Hi, this is Angie with Scamp, and I want to tell you a little bit about what Scamp is and what it can do. So to start, Scamp is a design tool for UX, UI designers. I think developers, product managers, people in those roles that are working on building UIs for the web or for apps would also enjoy using it. First of all, it's local first. You download the file and all the projects save in files on your desktop. Um, and the way that Scamp works that's a little bit different from other design tools is it saves automatically as code that you could use in your regular development projects. So the um, the format we save in is TSX um, for kind of the markup side of things, and then uh, CSS modules for the styles. And you could just import those into your React or Next.js or any flavor of React that you want type projects. Or you can give it to an agent and ask it to, convert it. Hopefully, we'll also have some other conversion tools built in coming up, but right now it's best to start off that way. So, um, to jump into it, I'm going to show a project that I've been working on in Scamp. It's called Good Songs OS. I've been working on this page here that is essentially a website um, for my band where I can come and upload songs and post shows and things like that. So I designed this completely in Scamp. Didn't go to Figma or anything like that. And I could come here and select any element. And I could completely visually edit those elements. It relies on Flexbox, or you can also do CSS Grid for layout. You can import SVGs and images. And the thing that I really like about Scamp is I do like working pretty quickly in this kind of standard format of visual. But if there's anything that I feel like is beyond this visual editor, or I just work faster with CSS sometimes, I can come here and I can automatically um, just see the CSS for this container that is holding all these different elements. And I could edit the CSS directly in here. The other thing that I could do is I can edit some standard like states of this element. So right now, if I wanted to um, create a hover state for this element, I can click on hover, and then I can change this to like we'll go with darker black. And then so now the hover element has a style applied to it. It also has the CSS here. And if I go back to default, it's there. And now I can also preview my projects. The preview takes a second to start up, so I'm going to run that right now. The preview is basically just a Next.js app that is running, so you are going to get classic demo. I have an issue here. That issue with an SVG that I imported, it looks like. That's kind of beyond what Scamp can can deal with, but I can re-upload the SVG if I wanted to. Anyway, I can go here, and now my hover state is there. It doesn't look great, but I can always just go back and edit the the transition and the spacing, whatever I want to do with that state. So really everything that you're building out in as a design, it's not static at all. It's very, it's just code. I can open this and you could see the code that Scamp is writing for you as you edit things. The other thing is let me fit this a little bit better. There we go. Sorry, the fit there. Okay, so the other thing is I can define breakpoints in the project settings, but it just comes with out of box, like pretty standard ones. So for this, I could also view this page on mobile and then see how the mobile design lines up, and I could make edits that are then saved to basically like media queries for each of these elements to make sure they work on mobile. Looks like this container here is doing something that I'm not really enjoying. So let's see, where is that? Okay, so the whole page got some padding that I don't really want there somehow. I don't know how that happened. And then, so now I can just fix that. And that was only on mobile, I think, but let's double check. Yeah, so it's actually also, I should have fixed it here first. So I'm going to view as mobile, and I'm going to Command Z. So now that's back, and I'd rather fix it on desktop. So we'll click there. We don't need that. Perfect. Okay. So let me go to the home page. The other thing about Scamp that you should understand is everything that is drawn is some sort of like HTML class, like a rectangle is just a div, but you can just come here and draw a rectangle. You can create like text, which is like a paragraph tag, you know, and let's see, I don't think I have any text styles currently, so you can edit your text, and then I can apply layout to that I just did. So I want to center that and center that. So it does, I think it works best when you're using some sort of flex layout, but you can also like just freely draw and sketch the way you would. I just don't think it would translate to a very good application or website personally. The next thing I want to show you in Scamp, I'll go back to this page that has my design really in it, is like a React application, you can create reusable components. So this design at the top here for this music player, I've already converted it to a component, which is under the component section here. So I'll go here and select this audio player. And you can see I have my audio player that just lives here, and I can design it or edit the design however I want here in this. So if I did want to change the background color to, I'll just go something darker because we will see it. So now it's updated here. And if I go back to my page, you can see that it has the dark background. Do want to undo that because I don't like the dark background. And all of the information on here, if you go to this data tab, right now it's locked, so it just means that's static, but I could change this to, we'll go to this one, change this to a prop, and I'm going to change this prop to be called song name. I think it wants it to be camel case, but we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, now that prompt or that song name, that prop back here on the header page, if I go to the data tab, I could overwrite it here from whatever instance of this is. So if I have multiple pages or something of a component, I can overwrite it within the canvas here. I have a lot of features for components upcoming that I'm still working on, but I think it's at a pretty good space. There's definitely a lot of other things to do with like component variants and doing more with data than we can do right now. But what we have, I think, will get you pretty far on the design side that you could then, you know, hand what you're designing off to a developer or an agent, and they could integrate this with a back end or something like that. or take these components and put them in their projects already. The next thing I want to show is the terminal. So the terminal here, I can run like any agent that I want and ask it to design something for me. Well, I can run it because it takes a while, but I'll just show like I can just run Claude code and it pops up there, and then I could ask it to like refactor something or you know, in the style of this page I already designed, please design me another page or something like that. Okay. And then I think the last thing I'll show, since this video is getting a little bit long, is the design system. So I can come here to the design system. This app that I'm working on right now is just it's just monochromatic, so I only have like one color primitive. But I could add more color here. It kind of just has this base palette that it'll give you, and you could change the name of this to like primary or something like that. And then you can generate any shade or tint that you want. So if I did want something like a purple, and I click generate there, now it will define that for me. And the design system page is pretty robust. You could basically come here, and if you wanted a light theme and a dark theme for your app, you could define that here. You could define all your typography styles, import from Google or Adobe. You can write some notes for agents that you're working with that'll get saved to the design.md file. And then this all saves as tokens and code within the theme.css file and the design.md file. So it's good for both, you know, developers to work on or agents to understand and read. And then I think actually one final thing I want to say is there's also this work history here. So what happens is snapshots get saved as you're working or every time you open or close a project. And this is just kind of like a backup for you. I think it saves up to 50 snapshots, and then as you're working, it saves different things that you can like Command Z to. And you can also manually save snapshots if you feel like you're at a spot where you want to. There's no branching or logic or anything complicated in it. This is just kind of like a work history feature. But yeah, that is Scamp. It is a design tool that I think allows designers to stay kind of like in control of design, or take something that an agent has built and make it more unique, more readable for humans, and kind of fight some of that AI slop that we see so often now. I'm really enjoying designing with it. I'm really enjoying building it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, Angie at scampdesign.app. There's a Discord built into, or there's a Discord link in Scamp. You're also welcome to find me on LinkedIn or anywhere where you found this video. You'll probably find me. Thank you.